I think that was the button that pushed to me. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go home.
Hello, 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 everybody. It's Tanika Steve, and I am your mindful coach. And this is Monday Mindfulness. And I am here to talk to you about some Monday mindful tips. I hope everybody had a good weekend, and I hope you got to enjoy the newness of spring. It actually is spring now. So we have made it through the winter and we have made it through the rough parts of the year. So now we can rejoice in the newness of everything that is past and start fresh. So, what have you been doing to cope and to get by? I hope that you have been using mindfulness as a way to get you through. You've been practicing your breathing, you've been doing things that's helped you to be able to maintain and pausing and doing self care and just taking it easy and doing things to help you to refocus. So, I had some stuff printing for you to go over tonight, but for some oddball reason, it is not wanting to act right. So, I'm going to see if I can get it to pull up. And if I can't, then we're really not going to worry about it. So, give me a second. I'm going to see if I can find it. Hold on a second. How's everybody doing? Thanks for joining me. Give me a second. I'm just trying to see if I can get my information for you. So give me just a second. Okay, hopefully I'm back. I don't know what happened, but as I thought I was talking to you this whole time, apparently I cut myself off. So thanks for staying with me. Anyways, I was trying to pull up the stuff that I had for you, and apparently, for some oddball reason, it is just not doing what I want it to do. So I'm hoping at this moment in time I can just do it off of my phone. So today, again, thank you for joining me. It's Monday Mindfulness. And I wanted to start by showing you some breathing exercises that you can do with your hand. So if you hold out your hand, the palm of your hands with your fingers spread, using the pointer finger for your other hand, trace the side of your fingers in the stretched out hand and breathe in as you trace up and hold your breath for a second. So as you're tracing up, breathe in for a second and hold your breath for a second. And then breathe out as you trace down. And then repeat that for each finger. And that just helps you to be mindful. So when you have time to yourself and you are just sitting in silence or in peace, that's another way that you can be mindful. And you can take the time just tracing your hand and being mindful and practicing on your breath. So that's a mindful tip that you can learn, and it's called a mindful breathing technique. And it just shows you how to pay close attention to your thoughts and your feeling. And you just never know. Have you ever actually just paid attention to your hand and just looked at your hand? And so just take the time and trace your hand, breathe in as you trace up, breathe out as you trace down, and repeat that for each finger. It doesn't take very long for you to do, but it helps you to focus and it helps you to be mindful. So that's just a mindful tip that you can do when you just have some time to yourself. And it's just time for you to just take to just have time to yourself. And a lot of times we don't take time for ourselves, but something that small can just give you time for self care. I was talking to a friend today, and she and I were supposed to have a phone conversation last week. And she sent me a message and she was like, I got a really bad headache, and I didn't call you, and I didn't get with you. And I'm not apologizing because I didn't feel good and I don't feel bad for it because I needed to take time for myself. And I said, good for you. You needed to do what you needed to do for yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't show up for anybody else. And so you don't have to make an excuse to me, and you don't have to apologize to me for doing what you need to do for yourself. And oftentimes we feel guilty because we feel like we're letting someone else down. Well, you know what? You don't have to beat yourself up when you think you are letting someone down for taking care of yourself. We jump to take care of other people. We jump to do for other people before we do for ourselves. And then we beat ourselves up because we don't have time to do for ourselves. Well, you know what? You got to start putting yourself first sometime. You got to start taking the time out to say no. Hey, I don't have time to do that right now. It's not that you're being mean. It's not that you don't care. It's not that you don't want to, but you are not going to be able to if you don't get yourself in check first. And plus, you can't show up fully if you don't have yourself together. So you got to take the time out to get yourself together. You got to take the time out to make sure that body, mind, and soul is sound. You can't be all over the place thinking that you can help other people if you can't even help yourself. And the best way to show up is to be present when you show up. Don't show up halfway. If you are not feeling good and if you are not in the best mindset, then you probably aren't going to do your best or be your best. So take time out. Take care of yourself. Do what you need to do so that you can give 100%. Don't show up and give a halfway job. Because if you're not your best, you can't be your best. And nobody wants halfway. Give all of you. And giving all of you is given to yourself first. And then you can fully engage with others. You feel happier. You feel more joyful. You can be more engaged. And then you can connect on a higher level. But take the time out, no matter what it is that you need to do to make sure that you are taken care of. You got to do that first. And if you don't know how to take care of yourself, I don't know how you can take care of others. And so that is being mindful, because you can't neglect yourself and then think you are doing your best for someone else, because people need you. And if they need you, then that means you got to be okay. And sometimes it's okay to not be okay. Sometimes you just got to take a time out. And I usually tell my clients, if you are going through something and you feel pressure, or you feel like you are in the middle of something that you just need to take a break, I always say, take a potty break. Doesn't necessarily mean you got to use the restroom, but if you feel trapped, or if you feel like under pressure and you need a way out, just excuse yourself and go to the restroom and take a time out. Look in the mirror and breathe. Pause. Take a deep breath and allow yourself a time out. Focus on your breath and then just deep breathe for a minute, refocus, get yourself back together, and then go back to what you're doing. And then if something is going on where you feel like you're about to lose it, don't react. Don't ever react off of emotions, because it's not a win situation for anyone. It causes chaos and disaster. It stresses everyone out. Again, excuse yourself, walk away, get out of that situation until you can come back and address the situation with a clear head. It's always best to walk away. And then that way, it de escalates the situation and everybody is better off for it. That's being mindful. It's no need to get everybody upset when things can be solved, when heads are clear. And so let's always think of a better solution. And I've always been told, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. So let's be problem solvers. Let's find solutions and let's look for best ways that we can help each other by embracing each other and showing each other love and compassion and kindness. And let's be grateful. Let's have gratitude. Let's be thankful for what we have, because time is limited and there's no need to get upset, because you could be upset and in the next heartbeat you could have a heart attack or a stroke because you are overwhelmed or having anxiety, and then you can't come back from that. That could be the last breath you take. And I was telling my husband the other day, I was upset. And I said, you know what? It makes me so mad. If I die today, I don't want nobody crying at my funeral. Don't cry at my funeral, because there's no need to cry at my funeral, because I'm here right now and we're sitting here mad at each other. Why are we mad at each other when we could be talking and trying to figure this thing out? Hey, Reverend Kenda, how are you doing, beautiful? Thank you for joining in tonight. But you see what I'm saying? We're sitting here arguing and at each other's throats, and then something happens and you're saying how much you love me and how sorry you are. Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry, and don't get it twisted. If you're sorry, let's stop this. Let's start loving. Let's start engaging, and let's squash it, because whatever it is, it's not that serious. It's not that important. And who cares? Because whatever it was, we don't probably even remember it. Let's remember the good things. Let's enjoy life. Let's live it to the fullest. Because once you're gone, it ain't no coming back from that. Yeah, we are going to have a glorious day when we all get to heaven. But guess what? We haven't got there yet. We're here right now. So while we are here right now, yes, let's not be sorry. Let's do better. Let's do better, because we're here right now. And every waking moment, we have an opportunity. And every day that I wake up, I'm like, oh, thank you, God, for giving me another chance. Let me get it right. Let me get it right today. So let's get it right. Let's be grateful for the opportunity that we get it right, because somebody didn't get that opportunity. And let's not wait until it's too late to be crying and saying, I'm sorry. Let's not say I'm sorry. Let's do it today. And I don't like flowers. I like plants. I like plants because plants grow. Flowers die. They might come back. They might come back next year. You got to wait for them to come back next year. But flowers, you can plant them and those roots will go down deep and you can reroot them and you can replant them And if you take care of them in the right way, they will continue to grow and grow and grow. And before I jump out of here, I'll share this with you. My dad had a green thumb, and I never did. I could not understand for the life of me how to grow plants. I just thought that you either had a green thumb or you didn't. But it's about a connection. And when my father passed away, he had this plant, and that is what he left me. And I was just like, oh, Lord, this is the only thing I got left in my dad. And now what am I going to do? I'm telling you what, he passed away in 2012. And I still have that plant. And from that plant, I have made several other plants from it. And now I know how to recover plants, and I know how to take a dying plant, and I know how to make that thing come back to life. And I even have a ministry at the nursing home, which I cannot wait until we can get back out there, because I go out there and I talk to the ladies about plants, and I show them how to plant, and I talk to them about the seeds and how to make them grow. And we just have a plant ministry. But I'm telling you, plants have life, and there is so much that you can learn from a plant. And so bloom where you're planted, and you can continue to grow and spread life and love and laughter to whoever life you come into. And so, like Reverend Kenda said, don't be sorry, be better, do better, spread love, be mindful, have joy. And when you have time alone, trace your hand and see the goodness that is within you. And until next time, be mindful, remember, and never forget you were created with a purpose. God bless. Oh, I forgot. I almost forgot. Thank you for watching.